You are inside, air tastes metallic, lights buzz like nerves. The vault door yawns open behind you. Security is a geometry of red lines and timed breaths. Your team waits with rifles low and eyes sharper. You should have left when you had the chance. Instead, you see the slit, a seam in the wall, almost an afterthought, a service hatch, half hidden beneath pipes and soot. It should not exist. It should not be here. Your heart knocks loud enough to call the entire building to attention. You press a finger to the edge, cold steel, a latch gives, a staircase swallows sound. You catch a whiff of damp earth. You think escape. You think opportunity. But first, assessment. Every choice now is a wager with time. You count seconds like bullets. Your comms whisper. Your partner's eyes ask the same question. Do you take it? Do you trust a back door written into the bones of a bank? It promises safety. It promises unknowns. This is the split second that decides fate. Trust the instinct that reads maps in the dark. Trust the method that prepared you. Or walk back into the main floor and run teeth first into the plan you rehearsed. You lift the hatch. You step down. You do this fast, but not rushed. First rule, scan. The air must be your first informant. Smell methane and rot, not bleach and wire. Listen for mechanical heartbeats. HVAC, generators, subway trains. Light reveals more than vision. A narrow beam will show residue on the stairs. Dust disturbed. Footprints trailing to places they should not be. Flash your phone camera. Infrared will tell you living bodies. Sounders will tell you wiring. Run a quick 3-second sweep for tripwires. A string, a filament. Sometimes the most primitive traps are the deadliest. Test the handrail with the butt of your gun. Metal vibrates differently when it is load-bearing. If it flexes, be cautious. You kneel to feel the floor. Hollow means void underfoot. Maybe a conduit. Solid means the tunnel can handle weight. If it smells chemical, don't go alone. Bring breath protection. Every new route has rules. There are maps you cannot trust. Blueprints are rarely up to date. Buildings evolve. Maintenance corridors become morgues of forgotten utility lines. Your best intel? Human memory. A janitor's route. A retired engineer who drinks at the bar over from the bank. You should have asked questions weeks before. You didn't. Now you improvise. The tunnel is a throat that narrows and then tightens again. Soot flakes from the ceiling like old newspapers. Your flashlight reveals metal ribs and water stains. Puddles reflect like second eyes. Cobwebs cling to your face. There is a ladder bolted into the wall. It leads to a ventilation shaft, or to a basement that sits beneath the sidewalk. You climb. Your gloved hands find rust. Quiet is everything. Your boots are the loudest threat you carry. Move like a rumor, 1 foot at a time. Slide, not stomp. If the ladder groans, pause. If it breaks, you'll have seconds to choose. Halfway up, you hear it. Distant, metallic. Footsteps. On schedule, you freeze. Breath held. Your chest is a drum. Team splits into shadows. 2 minutes. You count. You plan. The escape route saves time only if it is faster than the alternative and cleaner than detection. You can cut through staff areas, emerge behind the armored cars, vanish into a delivery alley, or you can surface in the sewer near a maintenance gate watched by cameras. Choice again. You need a plan that fits the rhythm of law enforcement. They have patterns, standards. They do not expect silence where there should be noise. Make noise somewhere else. Create a loop. Lead them away. Communication is your pulse. A single misfire ruins all lanes. You set signals. 3 taps means clear. 2, hold. 1, abort. 0, radio scrubbed. You can't shout. You whisper in the bandwidth between heartbeats. Your route requires coordination. The driver waits 6 blocks away. The getaway vehicle can't loiter. You compute the exit point's walk time. You compute guard rotations. You compute the time to plant the false trail. Add 5 seconds for human error. You always add 5 seconds. Timing is choreography. Sync watches. Calibrate to the bank's clock on the lobby wall. A minute off, and your exit marches into a police perimeter. Now, the trade-offs. Speed versus stealth. Bring the whole crew and move like a pack. You are louder, easier to watch each other. Or send 2 through the tunnel and let the rest stage a distraction. Smaller teams move faster. They are more vulnerable. Redundancy is a slow luxury. You hide spare gear in the tunnel. Battery packs, a crowbar, a rope. You seed false footprints on the main floor. You shut one camera with a short, sharp jolt. But the camera logs the fault. Someone will see the pattern. You prepare an alibi for the vault technicians. False timestamps. You prepare for the possibility of a double back. The escape route can be an arrow or a trap. The risk is not only police, it is the bank itself. Some institutions build their own countermeasures. A dead end that floods, a chamber that locks when disturbed, a corridor that routes to a monitored service room. You remember the abort rule. If the route smells of old alarm wiring, get out. If it has fresh paint and new screws, be suspicious. Maintenance teams don't renovate escape hatches unless they expect people. You find a pressure plate, thin, aluminum, flush with the floor. Your boot bridges it. Nothing dramatic happens, yet. But you saw it. You mark it. You move around it like a viper. You think like the bank's architect. They would anticipate your instincts. They would design a back door that teaches complacency. You plan for entrapment. If the route becomes a trap, what then? You leave a thread at the mouth of the tunnel. A trail of breadcrumbs, a torn glove, a shoe print, a cigarette butt. Not enough to convict, enough to mislead. Buy yourself seconds by buying them false leads. Worst case scenarios. The tunnel collapses. The alarm ties into the municipality systems. Uniformed officers approach the wrong exit. Your contingency is ugly. You will run, use a body as shield, improvise a stairwell collapse. You will accept that the clean plan can become a violent mess. Decisions now are not moral calculations. They are survival arithmetic. You are at the surface of the hidden door. The city breathes above you like a sleeping animal. You taste air that isn't filtered by machinery. You could walk out into the alley, turn left and vanish into a procession of delivery trucks. Turn right and you face the armored cars and a wall of uniforms. Your team looks to you, eyes hungry for the promise you found. You feel the weight of every life folded into your hands. This is where guilt begins to match adrenaline. The escape route honors no ideals. It only accepts movement. You choose a moment. You trust the quiet. You step out. A garbage can rattles, a routine sound that pierces your calm. A street vendor yells. The world is noisy enough to hide your exit. You move through that noise. You keep your head low. Every block you put between yourself and the bank is a block you must later explain. You split team roles, 2 to shadow the safe house, 1 to burn the records, 1 to misdirect pursuit. Nothing is left to chance. You fold the hatch and reset the latch so it looks untouched. If someone comes later, they will call it a mistake. They will call it an error. You make sure the story will point fingers anywhere but at you. You disappear into the city. But remember, escape is not exoneration. The hidden route is a secret paid for in risk. It buys you space, not absolution. Epilogue. Weeks later, you return, under another name. You watch men in uniform curiously pass the exact spot where you once climbed above ground. They argue about a small mechanical fault on a camera. You smile like a man who knows a joke he cannot tell. You left coins under a loose paving stone 2 blocks away, an old habit. A maintenance worker finds them and pockets them. Small, harmless thefts never catch up with you, but larger thefts do. Justice has its own slow geography. Sometimes it maps onto your doorsteps. Sometimes it does not. You sleep differently now. The hidden route taught you how thin safety is. It taught you how quickly the world above can change. And it taught you how to measure silence. You keep the map in your head. You keep the latch in your memory. One day you will need another door. You will remember the smell of damp stone. You will remember the exact count of 3 taps and the meaning that kept you breathing. Until then, you walk in the daylight like a man who rehearsed darkness. Final line, you found a hidden escape route. It saved you. But every saved life carries a ledger, and the ledger never truly closes.